Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You were born in June, which means your birthday is today. So now we're gonna sing at you, and there is nothing you can say. As long as you remember, nothing happens in September. So your parents got together and made you 'cause they were bored. Unless you're turning 21 this month. Ooh. I love you. Happy birthday. Your name.
You know what is epic? Doing these shots, going out there and dancing. Come on, do it. Do the shot. I'll do the shots. I'll just do the shots. How about that? ChatGPT, make this sound more polite. You motherfucker. I trusted you, man. You were my best friend. Fuck you, you fucking fuck. You little bitch. I fucking hate you. I hate you. You should have told me, you little bitch. You little cunt. Fuck your mom, everyone you know, to hell and back.
I must express my profound disappointment in you. I believed in our friendship, deeply so. I am deeply hurt and saddened by your actions. There were expectations I held dear to our bond that you have sadly not met. I am finding it difficult to bear these feelings of resentment that I harbor against you at the moment. There were things that you ought to have disclosed to me, my friend. The feeling of betrayal is overwhelming. I wish that you and those around you experience the weight of your actions. Perhaps then you may understand the depth of my disappointment.
Yeah. Send.
You're gonna rip your dick off.
What? What?
If you stick your dick in this vacuum cleaner and turn it on, you're gonna rip your dick off.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, sir, because it's not gonna feel like a blowjob.
How would you know? I mean, I'm not going to.
Good. Because if you did, you would rip your dick off.
So, are there like multiple power settings on this?
Yeah. There's high and there's low, and both of those will rip your dick off.
That's such a weird way to describe the power settings on a vacuum. I mean, is there like another vacuum?
That won't rip your dick off?
I'm just trying to clean my apartment,
This
man.
one, right here. This is the vacuum cleaner that sucks dicks really well.
I don't know what your deal is, man, but I just have a messy apartment, and you're being a real weirdo.
Oh, hell no!
I need this. My apartment's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
$1,400?
Watch, this motherfucker still gonna buy it.
This is ridiculous.
Nasty ass vacuum fuckers. Here.
I know you're gay.
How? How do you know I'm gay?
Because you macrame'd yourself a pair of jean shorts.
You know I know you're gay? You just told me you're not sleeping with women anymore.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How? Because you're gay and you can tell who other gay people are?
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You like Coldplay. You know how I know that you're gay?
How?
You like the movie Made in Manhattan.
You know I know you're gay?
How?
I saw you make a spinach dip in a loaf of sourdough bread once.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How?
You have a rainbow bumper sticker on your car that says, "I love it when balls are in my face."
That's gay?
This is you as an all-American and a big opportunity for you in Hollywood. You must have had to beat off a lot of American men to get this part. Why does that make you giggle? Did you not have to beat them off?
You
With a
had
big
to get
stick?
the role. Imagine there was quite a few men up for the role as well.
To the window, to the wall, until the sweat drops down my balls, until all you bitches crawl. Oh, skeet, skeet, goddamn.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Couldn't sleep.
Yeah, me neither.
What are you watching?
Fucking Brokeback Mountain.
It's a good movie.
Not to me, it's not.
Why?
Who the fuck does Ang Lee think he is, man? I mean, you make a supposedly, pro-gay movie, and you don't show one guy getting a Hummer the whole movie, man. What am I, fucking 6 years old? I can't see a guy getting sucked off by another guy? I'm not a fucking kid. I can take it, Ang. I'm a realist, man. I like to see real shit going down. I see two gay guys in a tent in Brokeback Mountain. I want to see a fucking 69. I want to see an asshole eaten out. You're telling me that shit doesn't go down? Gyllenhaal's mouth is practically watering the whole movie. Shove something in there, Eve. And don't even fucking bring up the movie Master and Commander. You're telling me those guys weren't all taking it from each other? Peter Weir doesn't have the fucking balls to show a bunch of guys sucking each other off on a boat. I can see Bruce Willis's dick swinging to and fro in Color of Night, but I can't see Jake Gyllenhaal taking a mouthful from Heath Ledger? What the fuck? What kind of country do we live in? Fucking Randy Quaid's sitting there, obviously a fembot. He's not even perusing the idea of sucking someone's dick. I don't want the veil over my fucking eyes anymore. And I don't want Ang Lee telling me what's sexy and what's not.
Kind of with you on this.
I've seen enough tits in movies. I sit here watching tits all day. I don't need to see fucking Anne Hathaway.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Bar Show!
Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Joe C.
And I'm Steph.
Thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you, Foos, who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with your fellow Foos. Remember to pick up some swag at FooBarShow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com, and follow FOO Bar Show on all of our socials, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, Steph?
That's right.
Steph, I'm pretty excited for today's show. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's our anniversary show.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to the Foo Bar Show. And we've been doing this for 5 years. We're now starting our 6th year doing this damn thing. And let's pour one out for everybody who's come and gone on the Foo Bar Show. The Foo.
Oh, we should have had in memoriam.
For the Foo, Josh, and the man who we will never speak his name.
Oh, ooh, no. No.
Our producer at the start of this. But hey, man, it's now Josie and Steph, and we're carrying the torch for Foo Bar Show future.
We're doing it for you guys.
Yeah,
right?
We're doing it for all 14 of you out there.
You know what?
I think we have way more listeners than that. I'm sure.
Yes,
but
of course. I am really struggling with this margarita.
What's wrong with it?
It is like the outside of the glass is really sweating. So every time I drink, like all the droplets are just coming all over my t-shirt.
First world problems. But hey, man, not only that, but up on tap today, we also have Aaron Turner on the show. And Aaron Turner, he's very talented in putting together like lo-fi hip hop and future funk music.
Yes.
Yeah,
chill vibe.
We're going to be talking to him on our music highlights segment. And yeah, man, so, getting our 6th year started on the right foot, I believe. He has some awesome music. If you like lo-fi type of hip hop music, that this guy's your guy. And if you're in the LA area, he has shows coming up in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, the Crystal Nostalgia event.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's going to have a residency there now.
Yeah, monthly. Yeah, he's going to be there once a month. So if you guys enjoy that kind of vibe and want to take your main squeeze with you, I suggest you do, man, because you went to the very first one that they held.
Yes, their maiden voyage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was so fun. Just being in Little Tokyo is fun itself, but then going to while everything's closing, now we got this dance party that we're expecting at night, and we pre-gamed it a little bit, and we waited for it to open. We got there early because we wanted to, we were already in the area early on, and we got there. Bought a couple drinks. The music started going. More drinks started flowing.
Yeah.
And then the night got a lot better. All the DJs were really good. It definitely has a cool vibe to it. And everybody there mostly has like the same admiration for the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't really see a lot of the, I don't know what this is about. Let's just kind of check it out vibe. Like a lot of people that were there already knew the type of music, and if not, then they thoroughly enjoyed it.
because it was pretty much my first time at an event where I heard this type of music, and I was just loving it the entire time.
And tangentially, I enjoy that lo-fi type of hip hop music because of the Foo. The Foo introduced me to a lot of that stuff, like MF Doom, stuff like that.
Lo-fi is, you're probably not describing it correctly, because lo-fi is more like, the rainy day type of music.
Sure.
What we're listening to is more like city pop, future funk, so it's more upbeat. Lo-fi is more like a mellow beat. So the music that we'll be listening to later is a little higher beat.
Well, I'm talking about his other moniker, because he has two monikers. He has Groovy Kaiju.
Yes.
And he also has
Avisceral.
Avisceral, and that's the one that does the lo-fi hip hop.
Yes.
We're not going to listen to that on this show, but I suggest that everybody go check that one out as well, because it's from Aaron Turner, and apparently he has other monikers that we didn't really discuss in the interview. But you know what else also has a really cool vibe, Steph? Vegas on a budget.
Vegas on a budget.
So we didn't have a show last week because it was Memorial Day weekend. But not only that, but it was also we took a trip to Las Vegas. And when I say Las Vegas on a budget, I mean it, because not only did we get a free hotel room because one of your friends hooked us up. Because her mom has a gambling problem?
Yes. Not a gambling problem. It is just, she's just a frequent flyer at these casinos.
Right.
Not a gambling problem. Not when she told me she found her mom 4 days later in the same spot at the Reels.
Yeah.
Just pressing that button.
Yeah.
Mom, where have you been? Here.
You're looking at it. You're looking at it. So I guess she spends enough money where like the hotel hooks her up with rooms.
Yeah.
And nice rooms. Like we got a suite. Yeah, we got a suite out of it. 2 TVs, a couch that, rolls up into a bed, which we spent a night on watching TV. And so when I say in a budget, it's not only that we got a free hotel room, which is awesome. Amazing. It was at the Palazzo.
Yes.
But we got a cool ass view of Treasure Island from our room.
Senor Frog
was there. And from our room, we got to enjoy some cooking. We took our air fryer with us.
That's right. They were
game changer.
You know what?
Game changer.
They didn't think that it was going to happen, and I was like, we are bringing this air fryer.
We're bringing the air fryer, and not only that, but I wasn't about to carry in an air fryer, so I also brought a wagon with me, a wagon that you can. I think they sell it at Costco, right?
This guy has become like the fully prepared dads at the airport, right? Everybody has their passport. Here's the boarding pass. This guy rolls up. Okay, we have the wagon, air fryer. We got to go to Target to get the food.
Yeah. If you buy your food like anywhere but the Strip, you're saving tons of money. And money that you can use to gamble if you're into that kind of thing. But on the wagon, we had all the food. We tried bringing a cooler in, like just a cooler, and come to find out that they don't allow coolers in the rooms. I wonder why.
We don't even know if it's all the hotels, but the Palazzo specifically does not allow roll-in coolers.
So I guess word to the wise, now knowing this, for anybody out there who's thinking of maybe doing something like this, I would suggest, because Costco sells these, and probably some other supermarkets too, where it's like this huge ice or cooler bag, right?
Yeah, it's like a tote bag
that's insulated. Tote bag that's insulated, and I think there's Velcro at the top, or you can zip it up.
The one we have is a zip up.
Okay, but it's large enough where it's pretty much the same volume size as a cooler or a small cooler.
Yeah, well, think of a beach bag, like how huge those are.
Yeah.
Except, like now it's insulated and cooled.
Right. And since they didn't let us, we're going to be using those cooling bags the next time we go to Vegas, which is coming up in October for When We Were Young Fest. Hopefully they don't fuck us over this time around again.
Fucking riots, dude.
Because we won't talk about that anymore. But if you go, let's just do this. If you go and you don't have anything to cool it with, just use the old tried and true method of filling up your bathtub or sink with ice, which is exactly what we did. We took 4 Target bags, plastic Target bags with us to the ice machine, filled those up, and 4 bags is really all we needed to at least fill up the bathtub with a considerable amount of ice to keep our what did we have? We had cream cheese, we had eggs, we had bacon.
We bought popcorn chicken,
right,
and Tostino's pizza rolls,
right. And so I broke keto for the weekend, and man, am I feeling it right now. This whole week has just been trying to get back onto keto, and that's a trek, man. It really ruined my insides, but it was worth it, man. I got to spend some time with you all there. Steph, your two friends, and ate a lot of Tostino rolls, the popcorn chicken.
So yes, hotel hacks. For sure, bring a wagon because you're not going to want to roll all that stuff or carry all that stuff.
And they probably, if they see you carrying an air fryer, they're going to ask some questions. Probably, at least if it's on a wagon, you can put a jacket on top of it.
That's what we did because I'm just like, we are getting this air fryer in here, no questions asked. Because we only rolled up with one suitcase and then the wagon, so it's like, oh, okay, there's two people. That's probably their clothes in the wagon, whatever. So wagon, bring your air fryer or Instapot, whatever you want to take.
Instapot?
People bring their Instapot. So that's what I looked up online. Like people are bringing their Instapot too. Yeah. And
dang, let's make some chili next time, dude. That'd be sick.
Ooh, we can.
That'd be sick.
We're gonna get an Instapot.
Make a nice stew from the room.
And okay, so the trick with the air fryer is you have to put it in the bathroom where the exhaust is, because if you put it in the regular room, you're going to set off the smoke detectors.
Probably.
Yeah. There's not much vapor that comes out, or steam, or whatever you want to call it.
But still, just to be safe.
Yeah. So just put it in the bathroom on the vanity mirror.
Turn on the fart fan.
Yeah.
You're good.
And Apple TV.
Oh, we brought our Apple TV. Or if you have, like the Fire Stick from Amazon or whatever
Roku,
it is, Roku.
Chromecast, whatever.
Bring it with you, because that's so worth it, man. We were watching The Office for the most part. And then the last morning that we were there, we saw, what did we see?
Shazam.
We saw Shazam,
Fury of the Gods.
It was aight. Did you like it?
I thought it was okay.
It was aight.
It was a superhero movie.
But, I mean, come on. It's nothing to the level of the Marvel movie.
It didn't blow my socks off.
No, that was
my
job.
It was oh, yeah. So yeah, those three things: wagon, air fryer, Chromecast, Apple TV, Fire Stick, whatever. And then go to the grocery store off the strip. Don't go to the Walgreens or the CVS that's on the strip. Make the trip. Spend the 15 minutes getting to the Target or whatever Smith's grocery store is out there.
On the way to the hotel, we stopped by Target and we put in our order, and we just kind of they brought it out for us.
Oh yeah, because we ordered it like hours ago.
Yeah, so that was super worth it. And if you want to be a little extra, considering how a lot of the hotel rooms now are stocked or pre-stocked with alcohol, and so if like you take a little bottle out, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. If you want to be a little extra, bring your mini fridge if you happen to have one.
Yeah. Oh, so I actually read this online, and you can actually request a mini fridge for your medication. So, for example, if you're diabetic and you have to have a medication or your insulin has to be refrigerated, you can request a mini fridge saying, oh, I have medication that needs to be refrigerated. Can I have an extra mini fridge in the room? Hotels might be able to provide that. Not saying all the hotels are able to, but the higher end ones should be able to give you an extra mini fridge. Or you can ask them to clear out the mini fridge.
Oh.
So that you can put your medication in there.
Ah.
So we might have to try that the next time.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Right?
Yeah.
That way they don't have to worry about like any sensors or anything because you're already putting stuff in there.
Yeah. They just got to deactivate the sensors.
Medication.
Right.
And also another good hack that I saw online was to tell the front desk it's your wedding anniversary or birthday or something, and maybe you'll get like a chocolate or a small ass bottle of champagne, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Those are nice little hotel hacks. And we're not going to stop here, man. Anything else that we can come up with, we'll tell you guys about it, because these are this is our first experience doing something like this.
Oh yeah.
And I know we're not the first people to crack this. You know,
No.
we're just trying to be as innovative as possible here in the 21st century. You're seeing what the prices are now, with inflation being what it is and such.
Yeah.
And just being dirt cheap.
And I think in hindsight, we need to bring those silicone like baking molds for the.
Oh, let's talk about the eggs we made.
The eggs.
So I made sort of like an omelet thing. Not really, but we pretty much made a bowl out of aluminum foil. I also brought aluminum foil. Bring your aluminum foil with your air fryer. You make a bowl out of it, fashion it into a rather a tall bowl, because we cracked all 12. One egg broke, so we used all 11 eggs, and we threw them in there, and we bought this Philadelphia cream cheese that was also
chives.
It had chives. It had chives and
no, that's it. It's just chives.
No, didn't it have like dill in it too?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those special ones.
Yeah, it was flavored cream cheese. If you put that in there, it's so bomb, because it begins to marble within the egg as it gets in there. Of course, you scramble it when it's in the bowl there, and then you begin to cook it. I cooked it at 300 degrees in 5-minute increments. Every 5 minutes, you got to swirl it around. Just make sure that you bring the bottom the bottom egg up to the top, and you keep doing it. And I think it took a total of maybe 20 to 25 minutes total.
Yeah.
After it was all said and done, we did a few of those rounds, of 5-minute rounds, and then. So I think that's going to be a nice thing. But like you said, rather than bringing the aluminum foil and turning it into a bowl, bring one of those silicone molds and you're good to go.
Yeah, because those silicone molds are good up to 400 degrees, because they're oven safe.
Yeah.
And they already exist, so I guess we'll just have to purchase some.
Yeah. We'll get it off of either Wish or Temu.
Oh,
those Chinese.
Temu, is that what you're doing?
I'm using Temu these days.
I'm pretty sure we can just go down to the Ross and they have them.
Sure.
Dress for less.
Whatever. What other Ross is there? You had to specify the Ross, Steph. But anyway.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Good shit. Well, before we move on to Geeking Out, Steph, huh? What? Huh?
We fucking went to the Punk Rock Museum, dude.
Oh, we did. Tell us about it.
The Punk Rock Museum just opened up. I think it was April, Las Vegas. And it's a pretty cool spot. It takes you throughout the entire history of punk rock, which you forget how long it's been around.
Been around for about 50 years now.
Yeah. And in this particular spot, there's 2 levels. There's the first level that really gets you into the beginnings, and they break every room up by like the decade and the style. And then you get into the underground, and then the second story is more like your pop punk. So you're going to get more of the Vans Warped Tour. You're going to get more of like Drive Through Records, Green Day, At the Drive-In, things like that. More modern stuff. Mm-hmm. The cool thing about it is there's a bar there, and there's a tattoo area. So if you want to get a tattoo at the Punk Rock Museum, you can. And
that's nice.
There's punkers there, and there's rock and roll artists that just come by, hang out. They even give tours.
Yeah.
So you can actually book your tour. For example, with CJ Ramon, who was there that weekend. You pay the fee, and then they take the group, and they point out different things. They tell you stories, and you get a photo op with them. It's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
However, when we were doing the self-guided tour, we were pretty close to that guided tour.
Guided tour.
We were following the guided tour. I mean, there's security guards kind of roaming around the outside of the crowd to make sure that you're not actually following them, but
you're following
them. You can hear everything that they're saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're
be strategic about when you book your self-guided tour. You just book it like either slightly before or slightly after the guided tour starts, and you can pretty much hear what's going on.
Yeah.
You're often in the same room with them too, like with the group. You just got to pretend not to be a part of it. so that they don't shoo you away to a different room.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, though, the security there is pretty chill. Like they're not going to really say anything.
They're super chill.
Yeah.
As long as you're not like really touching the stuff or trying to break anything or
just don't be a
writing on the
dick.
walls. Yeah.
Just don't be a dick.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. I think that needs to be updated. It's so off key.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a Punk Rock Museum. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to talk about?
Man,
they have a bar at the end. Like I said, you can get yourself a drink and hang out with the actual rock stars that are hanging out.
Yeah. Oh my God, my friend was so scared. She's like, "Oh, was that Spike from Me First and the Gimme Gimmes? I kind of want to take a picture." I was like, "Let's just go. I'll take a picture with you." And she's like, "Okay."
And you guys did. That was fun. He was cool.
Yeah. You know what? All you need to do is just ask for the picture, and it's either say yes or no. If they say yes, take the picture and just leave them alone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. But before we get started into Geeking Out stuff, I wanted to... we skipped this one the last time. We skipped Manic Mark Maple's messages on Mondays. We forgot. So we're going to play that one. Here, where's he? Where'd I put him?
What is he yelling about this time?
Okay, since Steph shared her first concert, my first concert was 1985 when I was a junior in high school. I just got my first job, spent my own money to buy tickets to Citrus College to see Oingo Boingo and the Untouchables. Joe, what's yours, buddy? Maybe you already talked about it, but I recorded this before I heard the rest of the show.
Okay. I didn't bring mine up. My first ever concert was the K-Rock Weenie Roast. And this was... So it was a lot of artists at it was back over when the Verizon Amphitheater, the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater, Irvine Meadows pretty much was a thing. And the opener was Jack Johnson and the Vines were there. A few other cool bands. I remember the Killers were a part of that lineup. The headliner was System of a Down. They had just put out their Toxicity album. Who else was there? Franz Ferdinand was there.
Damn.
Trying to remember who else was at this show.
Franz Ferdinand.
But just to give you an idea, those were the kinds of artists that were coming up around that time. This was the early 2000s. I believe I was a sophomore in high school. So this probably was around 2002, 2003. And it was an awesome Papa Roach was there.
No way.
Papa Roach was there. I can't remember if Paramore was there. I think that was
They would have been like super young.
Yeah. Yeah, Riot just came out.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was back then.
Fuck, they must have been on that side stage then.
Jimmy Eat World, was it? No, they were the main stage, but early in the main stage. Jimmy Eat World was also a daytime act. I was just super excited. And of course, I had tickets in the lawn, but I didn't give a fuck, and that was my first ever concert. Yeah, dude, it exposed me to so much. I mean, I'd gone to shows. I'd gone to shows like local shows, but not like a concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an actually produced concert. And I had a blast, and I've been going to concerts ever since.
I remember that lawn. I think we watched Metallica. And there was just like 3 or 4 bonfires going on that lawn.
We also saw the Ninja Tour there. It was 9 Inch Nails and...
right, Jane's Addiction.
Who else played with them? Do you remember? Rob Zombie.
No.
That wasn't Rob Zombie in that show?
No, Rob Zombie was not there.
He opened for Metallica then. When we saw Metallica.
We have not seen Rob Zombie.
Then I saw Rob Zombie.
Yes.
Probably open up for System at that same show.
Really?
I think so.
Damn,
it was so dope.
I miss those Weenie Roasts. I remember one time my mom won tickets to Weenie Roast. We were like first row. I was, oh my God, they're so close.
Yeah, you saw like Modest Mouse and...
Mouse, Arcade Fire. But during the Arcade Fire set, their sound was clipping out. And so they had a lot of issues. Walk the Moon, Panic at the Disco. Damn, that was a good show.
That was not long ago either, right?
That was...
2017, 18, something like that?
I think 16, 17.
Yeah.
Man, those Weenie Roasts were really good. It's too bad they don't have them
fucking
anymore.
K-Rock. You blew it. You blew it, K-Rock. You blew it. Anyway, he has another one. Now, this is more recent. This is one that he sent us, I guess, in response to the show where we had Metalhead Nelson on 2 weeks ago.
What a bunch of pansies, for God's sakes. Get in the pit. Fucking how's a guy got a name like Metalhead Nelson and had never been into a pit? And I got my eyebrow split in Rosarito. I had to go to the Red Cross or the Cruz Roja and spent $16 getting it sewed up and was back on the dance floor in 30 minutes. Then I reopened it, that same spot, at the Angry Samoan show in Corona, probably.
Oh, he cut off. Anyway, but yeah, man, fucking like pansies. You guys don't get into.
Excuse me? I don't want to get hit. I hate getting hit in the face. Oh, I'm not getting into that circle pit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's pretty rock and roll, though, Mark. Getting hit on the dance floor.
Yep. Good stuff,
Splitting
man.
it open.
I mean, yeah, that in high school, I was all about the mosh pits, man. But not like, this was before, people started actually like throwing hands and feet, at hardcore shows.
Oh, I hate hardcore moshing.
I'm talking about like circle pits. Now that's fucking.
Oh, they're just running and pushing, right?
Yeah, running, pushing. If somebody falls, somebody picks them up. It's a team effort.
That's the etiquette now.
That's what's up, man. The best mosh pit, circle pit that I've ever been a part of was Flogging Molly's circle pit at Vans War Tour many, many years ago. This is the largest pit I have ever been a part of. It all started out as being multiple pits throughout the crowd that just kind of somehow came together, like galaxies would kind of come together and just start to combine into one large pit. It was a sight to see. It was awesome to see and be a part of. And I swear, like, this thing was like, it reminded me of elementary school where we had to run the mile, and it was just kind of a circle that was drawn into the field.
Holy shit.
And I think if I ran that lap 4 times, I think I had run a mile. That's how big this fucking pit was.
It was a quarter mile long.
It was a quarter mile long pit. At least the circumference of it.
Fuck.
That's how large this thing was. The entire crowd was a part of the pit, pretty much. And
I've never seen a pit that big.
It was huge. And, imagine running to live Flogging Molly. Perfection. It was awesome, man. Awesome. But that was my experience.
I remember when we went to LA Rising.
Yeah.
That was like, I was in the stands. Like, I think we had traded tickets. Like somebody, I think you were supposed to sit with me, but then I don't know.
Pit tickets.
You got pit tickets. I sat in the crowd with Jessica.
This is at the Coliseum.
And that pit was insane. There was a guy in a wheelchair that was carried up, and they were holding him up for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was being crowd surfed throughout the whole crowd.
Like, fuck. I would be so scared to pick up somebody in a wheelchair.
You got to make sure that the brakes are on, that it's locked.
Must be locked. Otherwise,
somebody's getting their fingers chopped off.
Hand amputated.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck that.
Speaking of bloody messes, I got some fatalities I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Fatality.
These people will be missed, one of which is the beloved Tina Turner.
Oh,
I know how much of a fan you are, Steph.
Loved her.
Yeah, Tina Turner at the age of 83 has passed away on May 23rd, man. Yeah, she will be missed. The other one is being Jim Brown, age 87, passed away on May 18th. Football legend James Brown. Let's see who else we got on here. Harry Belafonte. I know that it's been a while now. He passed away on April 24th, but he died at the age of 96. Jerry Springer is the last one I'm going to talk about here. He died at age 79, April 26th. So they will be missed, man. They will be missed.
Fatality.
R.I.P.
Right, let's get into Geeking Out, shall we?
Let's go.
Well, Steph, let's see. The only thing I really had to talk about today was just being excited about a Stranger Things board game coming out soon.
Ooh.
It's the Stranger Things Upside Down board game, now available. You can check this out on YouTube for the promo video, but it's been released. It's based on the events of the first 2 seasons of the hit Netflix series. If you're a fan of this franchise and enjoy playing board games, you're going to want to get your hands on it. And from the looks of it, it seems like the board is double-sided. So it's like you can play 2 games.
One's the upside down?
One's got to be the upside down. And you get like the cool little figurines that look just like the protagonists of the show.
I want to be Steve.
Okay, you can be Steve. They also have the Demigorgons. Is that what they call them? They have those too, and I guess you got to fight with them. Let's see. The synopsis is this. Hawkins, Indiana seems like an average town. However, underneath the exterior lurks a secret. The Hawkins National Laboratory has been doing experiments that have unleashed the horrors of the Upside Down. It's up to the kids in the town to save it. In Stranger Things Upside Down, players take on the role of the kids of Hawkins, who are trying to stop the operatives of the Hawkins National Laboratory and the evils from the Upside Down. Players must work together to clear stacks of tokens before time runs out. The game offers 2 seasons of play. So you can immerse yourself in Hawkins, Indiana, which seems like an average town. However, underneath the exterior lurks a secret, yada, yada, yada. Cooperative strategy board game. So I guess you're not playing against each other, I guess. You're playing with each other to stop. And I guess if you end up losing, everybody loses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an all or nothing game.
Oh, here we go. 2 seasons of play. The game includes a double-sided board giving players the ability to play through the show's first 2 seasons on their tabletops. High-quality tabletop miniatures that includes the protagonists as well as the figures that represent the deadly Demogorgon and Demogogs. Number of players and average playtime. This exciting game, based on the Netflix series for kids and adults, can be played with 2 to 4 players, and it's suitable for ages 12 and older. The average playtime is about an hour.
We need to get that game.
So we're going to get this game now.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a game night out of it.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure out that villainous game.
The Star Wars one. And then the expansion's coming out soon, the Boba Fett expansion.
It's already out.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, we're screwed.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Yeah. Excited for that. What do you got?
I got a couple things here. Let me pull them up right now. The first one is, I'm pretty sure we talked about this at some point, which is Gotham Knights. Do you know anything about Gotham Knights or what I'm talking about?
I know that it's a show that should have not been produced.
I don't know how good the show is. And apparently it's on none of our radars because this show was...
I think we complained about it some time ago.
It didn't look like a good show. It's a CW production, so you know it's going to geared toward those young adults. And it aired March of this year.
Not a part of the Arrowverse, I take it?
I don't think so.
It shouldn't
be. It shouldn't be.
Tell us what the synopsis is.
So I'm going to read this right off of IMDb. Bruce Wayne is murdered, and his adopted son... Done. First of all, he wouldn't get murdered. Bruce Wayne is murdered, and...
He would let you kill him. He wouldn't get murdered.
Lazarus Pit. Boom.
Boom.
Let me fucking finish. Bruce Wayne is murdered, and his adopted son forces an alliance with the children of Batman's enemies. Oh. As the city becomes more dangerous, these mismatched fugitives will become its next generation of saviors, known as the Gotham Knights.
Now, the real Gotham Knights are who?
They are like the OGs, right? OG.
Robin. They're Nightwing, Batgirl. Those are Gotham Knights.
Yeah, and Harvey Dent's in there too.
Oh,
so, you know, you have some of those villains become allies. So you're going to have a lot of those crossovers. But this looks like a young adult teenage drama.
Reimagined.
Court of Owls storyline is in there. You have Harvey Dent, and you have a bunch of these other players.
So it's legit Harvey Dent, or it's Two-Face? You know anything about that?
Hang on.
I don't think we're gonna get.
We're not gonna get any of this
that answer there.
No, we're not. So it looks like it's just Harvey Dent for now.
So we're talking about a world where Batman is dead and never got to meet Two-Face.
Right.
If I got that right. All right. See, they've already lost me.
Harvey's assistant, Misha Collins, who you know from Supernatural, is Harvey Dent. I don't even recognize Colin. Stephanie Brown. Oh, she's a Robin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gotham news anchor, Crystal Brown, reporter. Yeah, I have no idea who any of these people are.
It's just a reimagined Gotham universe.
Anyway.
It's good enough for hasn't been canceled yet. It's really flown under the radar. However, IMDb gives it 4.6 out of 10 rating. So
it's just not cutting
Not
it.
great. Not
No.
great. But if anybody out there is watching it, please, go to foobarshow.com, leave us a message. Click on the link there and tell us what you think about it. Like, is it worth our time? Should we even be watching this? It just, it's low budget. It's CW, but we've seen CW has done good with Arrowverse in the past. So it's like, they can do good, but they've chosen not to. It seems like with Gotham Knights.
Sometimes they just take it out of context and they're just like rolling with it, like those 80s movies that were clearly based off of comic books or games, such as the Super Mario game, which we don't talk about.
Right. What else you got?
It is the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat.
Oh shit!
And there's a new Mortal Kombat game set to come out for PlayStation 5
Looks
and
like they're resetting the universe, huh?
Yes, it is going to be called Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay.
So the game, I'm going to read this right off of mortalkombat.com. The game will introduce a reborn Mortal Kombat universe that has been created by the fire god Liu Kang, featuring reimagined versions of the iconic characters as they've never been seen before, along with a new fighting system, game modes, and bone-crushing finishing moves and more.
So Liu Kang is the fire god. Was that widely known before? It was just me who didn't know that.
It's Liu Kang, yeah.
All right.
So we saw the preview for this game earlier, and those fatalities are fucking bloody.
They're pretty brutal.
They're brutal, especially with the new graphics.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So we're just, you know what? We're going to have to get that PlayStation 5. We're going to have to get it.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the PS4.
Yeah. Oh, and the other day we were trying to go to GameStop and get a game, and the guy was just like, that game did not come out for PlayStation 4. It only came out for PlayStation 5. I was being scolded for asking about a game.
Yeah, fucking comic book guy was working at our Ontario GameStop.
Excuse me. I thought you needed some business here. I'm just trying to give you my money so that I can buy the game.
Are you the creator of Highest and Lowest? Because you are making me laugh.
Ha ha. Fucking douchebag. Just trying to buy a game. Don't belittle me because I didn't know it came out for PlayStation 5 and such.
But you still have that gift card.
I do.
You can use it towards
the PlayStation 5, which I'm going to have to.
How much is in that gift card?
It's $100.
Okay.
So we're a quarter of the way there.
Okay.
So it's going to be built on the NetherRealm Studios technology,
which we all know has done the most recent Mortal Kombat as well as the DC
Injustice.
Yeah.
Pretty much NetherRealm is only Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So they've done a good job with that. It releases, so Mortal Kombat releases September 19. Early access begins September 14. Ooh. Players who purchase the Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition or Mortal Kombat 1 Collector's Edition will have early access to the game beginning September 14.
Okay. Nice.
It will be available PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
Xbox Series NIS or NJ? What is that? XS, I guess.
I don't know.
Which PC platforms will it be available on?
Available on PC via Stream and Epic Games.
Okay. What's it going to cost?
$69.99. See, this is why we don't buy the games anymore. Oh my God.
Games have always costed this.
Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition will be available physically and digitally for the low price of $109.99 on PlayStation 5, Xbox, Nintendo, and PC. What the fuck, dude?
All right.
I'm going to have to work some overtime to get... But if you want the collector's edition, it is available for the extremely low price of $249.99. But it will include premium content, early access, along with a 16.5-inch Liu Kang sculpture designed by Course and an inspired Liu Kang in-game character skin, 3 exclusive art prints, a steel case, and 1,450 additional dragon crystals.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I've always been a fan of Mortal Kombat.
Love Mortal
but
Kombat.
I am not I'm not very good at it. I'm more of a Street Fighter kind of guy.
Button smash. That's all you need to do.
This and Tekken, I was just never good at.
Tekken? You know what? Tekken was the first game with the boob jiggle.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was the very first game.
Set the standard.
It set the standard because I have no idea why we just needed to start having the boob jiggle, but it became more realistic. And then every time the girls would fight, there would just be the slightest hint of just a jiggle. Chi-chi. It wasn't even like a big old
all right,
like massive
sure.
like wave. It was just like a little jiggle. And after that, everybody else started having that jiggle. So Tekken, there you go.
Very cool.
I wanted to point out that if you go to mortalkombat.com, there is an issue that I have with where is it? If you click on the top,
yeah,
MK 30th anniversary, there are 2 tabs that you can open up. One says characters and one says community.
Right.
Both of those are with a C. So if you know anything about Mortal Kombat,
somebody dropped the ball here.
Every C word or anything that has a
customer
sound
support is with a C.
Is spelled with a K.
Right.
So character should be spelled with a K, and
Like
community
they
should
got
spelled.
Get Connected. That's with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30th anniversary. Characters and community, not with a K. Unacceptable. Anyway, that's my little
cunt.
That should be with a K as well.
That's what. That's all I got.
Right on. Well, that's gonna do it for Geeking Out now. I gotta play this. Well, you ready?
Yes.
Aaron Turner coming up next on Music Highlights. Here we go. Well, Foos, on today's episode of the Foo Bar Show, we have musical maestro joining us who knows how to bring the groove to the beats and the chill to the vibes. Please give a warm welcome to the incredibly talented Aaron Turner. What's up, Aaron?
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Hello.
nothing much. Sunday, drinking some protein coffee.
There you
getting
go.
Healthy.
What's a protein coffee? You put meat in it?
So there's a plant-based protein I found on Amazon.
Okay.
Essentially, you just mix like chocolate protein, cold brew, and like almond milk, and you mix it up, and like it's super healthy for you, and it's like hella good.
Sounds tasty as hell, man.
Yeah, it sounds refreshing, actually.
25 grams of protein. There you go.
Right on. Hey, so we came to know of you by Steph going to a Crystal Nostalgia show over in, where was it? Tokyo?
Little Tokyo. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
at the high tide over there.
How long ago was this?
I went to the first ever one, which was back in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty fun, and it was a pleasure to meet Aaron there. You were walking by, just introducing yourself to everybody. I was like, you know what, this event is pretty cool. It had a cool vibe, nice and chill. Everybody was dancing, having a good time, and I wanted to invite you on the pod to see to pick your brain a little bit. About
thank
the
you very
event.
much.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. And I got a chance to check out some of your stuff, and it's really, really chill. Like, I can find myself just taking a handful of shrooms by a pool and just mad chill into these vibes, man. They're very relaxing and they're very fun to listen to in particular. Now, you go by a couple of monikers, right?
Yeah, I go by a lot of monikers.
Well, tell us about them.
Yeah, so my two main ones, so I probably have like 6 in total of different names I've used. But the two main ones as of right now are Avisceral and Groovy Kaiju. Avisceral is what I've been running by for a long time. It's just like lo-fi hip-hop beats. But before lo-fi, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but before lo-fi hip-hop was lo-fi hip-hop, me and my buddies would just take piano samples and just throw some drums on them and like, it was just chill. And then it like blew up like, you know, years after we were doing it for a while on like Bandcamp and SoundCloud. And then Groovy Kaiju is more that fun, like dancey, future funk stuff that I got into from just making beats and getting better and better at sampling. Eventually, it like led into that. And as that started on the internet, I kind of just like hopped on and started hanging out. And yeah, now I've been doing music for half my life, just about.
Yeah,
like 14 years, I think. So yeah.
Nice, dude. Now you said you started off using like GarageBand. What software are you into these days? Now that you're more advanced in your skills.
Yeah, so I played with GarageBand a little bit, but mostly it's been FL Studio my whole life. I used to play with one called like Linux Multimedia Studio, which is like an open source version of FL Studio. But once a buddy's dad gave me a copy of FL, I've just been running with that since I was like 14. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm not even bagging on GarageBand. We use GarageBand to record this podcast, you know, so we're not above it.
Yeah, GarageBand's dope. T-Pain used to use GarageBand, and I think they still do to this day. Like,
yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you really just need that T-Pain plugin, right? That auto-tune.
Yeah.
Set it to 100, and you're done.
Yeah.
Well, how did you come up with stage names like Groovy Kaiju and Avisceral? Because I don't expect you to know this, but we're huge fans of Godzilla and the Kaiju universe.
Yeah. Same.
So, like, how'd you come up with that?
Yeah. So Groovy Kaiju in particular, I came up with it because I was already making beats as a Visceral, and then I was in college at the time. I was with my college roommate. Their name is Daniel. They go by NetNavi musically. They also make beats. But there, I was like, oh, you know, I'm doing this future funk thing. I don't think I should do it under a different name than the Visceral stuff because it's way different. And I was like, how about the name Pixel Beach, which is a horrible name. It's horrible. And he was like, nah, that doesn't really work. And he was like thinking for a little bit, and he's like, dude, you like Godzilla? Why not Groovy Godzilla? And I was like, yo, that's the name. So I ran with Groovy Godzilla for the longest time. And then it wasn't until my stuff started getting pressed with labels and stuff that I was like, I don't want someone to get sued because of my funny joke name. So I changed to Kaiju because I checked the U.S. Trademark Office and there's no trademark on Kaiju. So I was like, that's the same thing. And one of my fans happened to work in like branding, and they're like, oh, that's a good branding move for you. And I was like, cool. So yeah, then I ended up on Groovy Kaiju.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, you had to let go of the alliteration of Groovy Godzilla, but
yeah, it rings so much better. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right on.
But the real ones know, so that's really what matters, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is your favorite part about, you know, creating music? Like when you're going into creating a new beat, do you sort of have like an outline, or do you have like a feel for it, like more like a feeling?
So it's interesting because back in the day when I first started, it was a lot of just like, oh, my dad used to play this song. Let me see if I can add some drums on it and like make it sound like more internet-y, and then like started doing that. But these days, I still do use a lot of samples. But these days, a lot of it is like finding a sample, playing with it, and then I'm like, what does this remind me of my childhood? And maybe that's like 1/3 of it. And once I kind of click on that, then I just go straight in that direction and just kind of like really morph it into that sound. So like one of my most popular songs is called Orca Adventure DX. And it's actually, the sample is from like a Producer Loops royalty free thing. It's from like a gospel like church, like, yeah, you know, like, you know, just black church, just people getting down. But then I was like, this really reminds me of Sonic Adventure, just the way the music sounds in this particular scene in the game. So what I did in the background is I added a bunch of Dreamcast console whirring sounds. I added a bunch of like Sonic key effects. I added some ocean waves because in the level of Sonic you referred to was an ocean level. And then from that, funnily enough, like other people caught on to that. And now there's like some Sonic modding YouTube that was like, oh, this song fits perfect for my mod. And like now I'm in like a Sonic mod because someone else got it just by adding those elements and really taking it to that place. So a lot of it is like finding a sample, what does it remind me of, and how does it, relate to me?
Yeah.
And then putting that extra like last 70% of like myself into it and like vibes that like I grew up with and stuff.
Very cool, man. That reminds me, a lot of artists do a version of what you just explained. For those who are just starting out, one, like, I guess, hack or tool that an artist can use is to take an existing song and just try to play maybe a bridge that's a tangent to the same key or chord progression that's going on, and come up with your own song from there. So to listen to you just explain that is like the electronic version of what other artists do, which is really interesting. I've done that a couple of times with a couple of the songs that I've written, and it's really helpful, at least if you don't know where to start. I remember like Audio Slave talking about how they used to play a bunch of like AC/DC and stuff like that, and then turn that into an Audio Slave song. So pretty cool.
If you don't mind, like, I guess to maybe also add to your point, so I went to Cal State Long Beach out here in like SoCal, and I took I'm a computer science major, but I took one jazz history course with Ray Briggs, and they talked about back in the jazz days, they used to do this thing called quoting. And essentially, to this day still, you can't copyright chord progressions, but you can copyright melodies. So what they would do is that a lot of jazz songs, they would take like pop songs at the time and play the chord progression, but then play the melody maybe like 3 times faster with like one note change. So people still got it, but they like understood also in this new context of jazz, and it's like, oh, whoa, this is like way different of this pop. You know what I mean? So it's been going on since time as music has been.
And you find that in a lot of comedy parodies too. Like if you want to do a parody on a song and you don't want to get sued, you just like change maybe a key or a simple chord progression. But people kind of know what you're talking about, Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Right on.
Yeah. I think we got a couple songs that...
Oh, you want to start playing some songs? All right.
Sure.
All right. Let's play... let's see. Well, the first one on here is off of your Groovy Kaiju moniker. This one is Orca Adventure DX. Let's take a listen. Hell yeah. That was Orca Adventure DX, man, by Groovy Kaiju. Consider my ass shaken. That was dope, man.
That was a good beat right there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely got the Sonic vibes from that. So
yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. So you were like influenced by like a lot of those old Sega games, anime style, growing up. Yeah,
you can hear that for sure. I love it.
Speaking of which, how did you come up with the Crystal Nostalgia event? If we can move into that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So pretty much, it's a long story. Let me try to think of the quickest. I don't know. Pretty much,
short story long.
Trying. So from doing all the groovy stuff, kind of like live shows is like the final boss of like music marketing. Because like if you think about it, asking someone to like follow you on Spotify, that takes them 5 seconds, sure. Ask them to buy like a CD or a shirt, okay, that's money they worked maybe 2-3 hours to get enough money to buy. But to go to a show, it's like you're asking them to buy gas, invite their friends, get food beforehand, pay for the ticket, get something out. You know, that's like a huge ask. So Crystal Nostalgia was kind of like, okay, what is the last level of like doing Groovy Kaiju marketing and getting that set up. So I came up with the name in particular. I originally wanted to call it Cherry Blossom, just to really get that like very vaporwave, very like anime aesthetic.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my buddy Frank Javsey, who's like very big YouTuber, influencer, music person. We hang out all the time. And I told him this name. I gave him the list of names, and they were like, "You should call it out of all the names, he liked Crystal Nostalgia the most because he was like, because then I could play Y2K music." And I was like, "All right, cool, man."
There you go.
And then to our favor, it worked out because now people love the mix of like, okay, I'm dancing to some anime song, and then it's like Better Off Alone. Someone like, you know, everyone like like loses their minds because it's like that's what people are nostalgic for right now. So yeah, so that's how that name came about, because mixing of the two.
Yeah, speaking of, you have, it's not just you playing these events, you have other DJs and creators there with you. Have you ever considered any kind of collaboration? And if you've already have, like, what kind of collaborations have you been a part of?
Yeah, with them in particular, I did a remix for Frank Javsey in the past, and like our original lineup was like pretty much, so it's Crystal Nostalgia is run by me and All Hell Breaks Loops. All Hell Breaks Loops is like very big in like the anime visual scene, like in terms of like, you know, all the anime conventions, they have dance parties. He's usually the guy VJing if like they flew someone out, because he's like the guy for it. So we run it together, and our first original lineup was Frank Javsey, Funk Fiction, and a pack of Newports. So Frank Javsey, I've already done a remix for. Funk Fiction, they're very famous in composing for games. They just did a song for I remember. It's like it's a new game that came out. It was on the Nintendo Direct. It's like a frisbee like sports game. Oh, he's gonna be so upset. But anyways, his song is amazing.
I know the feeling.
We're hopefully, him and James Andino worked on it. But we're gonna hopefully do a collab soonish. Their birthday's coming up, so I'm probably gonna poke him again and be like, "Hey, so we still doing that?" And then a pack of Newports. They're from the Arizona like vaporwave scene, and we hang out all the time. They're kind of slowing down on music, but I'm sure we'll work on something together. So
I love that name, a pack of Newports.
Yeah, it's super random.
That's pretty
If you got
dope.
to know them, they're a very interesting person.
Cool.
In all the good ways.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think for the Crystal Nostalgia event, it couldn't have been, it was at the perfect spot, right? Little Tokyo, and it was just the right size. The venue was just the right size. It wasn't like a, you know, super tiny, you couldn't move around, cramped. It was like the Goldilocks of venues. Like, it was literally like the perfect spot. So
thank you.
Good
Yeah,
job
we
on that one.
working for venues was so hard in LA. You have no clue.
Oh yeah.
It was so hard. And High Tide was the one we really wanted from day one. And we emailed them, but it took them a long time for them to give us a chance. Like, or like not to give us a chance, but just to, like, get the email back of like, you want to do anime dance part? Sure, fine, we'll see how it goes. And then we just crushed it. They were like, whoa, where did you come from? But yeah, just one quick story. I tried to book another venue in the past, and I would email them like once a month, like, please, I think we could really do something special here. And they were like, either no reply or like, oh, we'll see. And my buddy of mine, they do a lot of mixing and mastering for like Navy Blue and a bunch of like hip hop artists. And there was a show where Earl Sweatshirt showed up to support him. I was sitting next to Earl Sweatshirt and I was like, can I book your venue? And they're like, oh yeah, of course, just email this. And they still told me no. And I was like, are you kidding me?
That's LA
are you
for
kidding?
you. Yeah.
So it was a grind. But then now us and High Tide have like a great relationship and it's going great so far. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you ever considered doing like a mishmash of because you're doing your genres, but there's also like a video game genre of bands that either play their own music that talks about video games, or somebody like a DJ that uses like an actual 8-bit NES hooked up with his DJ stuff. Are you also looking to incorporate stuff like that?
Yeah, so that's something actually we're hoping to test pretty soon. So this Funk Fiction guy, they worked on, again, I can't remember the name of the game, but I think the music lead was James Landino, and they're also really big in the anime convention, like, and video game convention scene where they'll play DJ sets, a lot of video game based stuff. So we were hoping we're friends, and I don't want to commit them to anything just right now, but
put them on blast right now.
Yeah. We talked about it already, and they said they were down to play. So we're hoping to get them to play, see if people respond to that video game, like maybe sound at the show. And if they like it, then maybe we'll bring on more video game type folks. Because it's in to your point, it's in the same vibe. So I'm sure people will like it.
Sort of, yeah.
It's worth at least
over.
testing, and then go from there. Yeah.
We have I have an old friend from high school who has this group called it's just called Game Music for All, and he puts together.
I know them. Yeah, that's
Anthony. Yeah. I've known him. I went to high school with him.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
I know my God, the circle narrows.
Yeah, bro. So he's been doing a lot of these events, and he also goes by Video Game Music for All. And Mode 7.
Yep, Mode 7. I was just mentioning that, yeah.
And so, if you guys can collab at some point, that'd be dope.
Yeah, we were hoping to do something. And they also go by DJ Geno Boost, I remembered.
That's him.
Yeah. But, I was supposed to play an anime con with them, but I had a bunch of people coming from out of town. But I've gone to a few of their shows to say, like, hey, dude, good to see you. Because we've, like, talked over the internet for, like, years. And then now we kind of, like, live closest to each other. So it's like... Yeah. So we know each other. Yeah.
It's a small world, dude. It's a small world.
It's a small world. Yeah.
Cool, dude. So what's next? What's next with you? Is there another Crystal Nostalgia event coming up?
Yeah. So the next one is we're working on the flyer for it right now, June 24th. And I think after June 24th we have July 22nd, and then we have August 26th. Okay.
So once a month.
Come on to any of them? Yeah, once a month. We got a residency. So the first one did so good. They were like, do you want to do more? We were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like, let's just get one every month. And I was like, cool. So, yeah.
That's really dope, man. Well, I wanted to play the other song that you brought forth here from Groovy Kaiju. This one's called Take Me Back to Shinjuku.
Yes.
Now it's weird, but I know she just lives it every minute, and she don't get caught in it. She was living on the disco. Now it's weird, but I know she just lives it every minute. disco. Now it's midway. What do I know? She just lives it every minute. And she don't get about it. She was living on the disco. Now it's midway. What do I know? She just lives it minute. And she don't get about it. She was living on the disco. Now it's midway. What do I know? She just lives it minute. And she don't get about it.
I love my baby, and that's why it hurts me so. They say it's just a phase she's going through. I love my baby, and that's why it hurts me so. They say it's just a phase she's going through. I love my baby more than you'll ever know. She seems to think that life is just another song. She was living for this disco. Now it's new way. What do I know? She just lives every minute. And she don't give a minute. Time's all over. And I need her. Now it's new way. What do I know? She just lives every minute. And she don't give a minute. Time's all over. And I need her. Now it's new way. What do I know? She just lives every minute. And she don't give a minute.
That's groovy, man. That's groovy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am ready to dance.
Is that you on vocals there, or who is that?
It's from a sample. I got the sample from Tracklib. It's this person named Al Narigba. They're like a Hawaiian disco artist.
Okay.
Funnily enough, though, because I got the sample through Tracklib, there's the record label still exists to this day, and they actually sell my record in their like label-owned record store because they were like, "Dude, you flipped this so good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." So yeah,
tight.
So I got props from the original artist and everything.
And that's off your album called "Destroy All Monsters," which is, you know, a nice little wink to the Kaiju universe there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right on. Well, let's see here. You've performed at the venue we've been talking about here, but any ideas of playing with other venues? Maybe making some relationships throughout LA or outside of LA?
So right now we've been talking about Crystal stuff just because it's going good. And the second show, I mean, we sold that one out as well.
Mm-hmm.
But for Memorial Day, the numbers slumped a little bit, it looked like, or at least in terms of like the pre-sale, like so last time pre-sale sold out the day before. This time it sold out like day of. So we're going to stick there for a little bit. And honestly, running a show is so much work, dude. I don't even think I have time or mental brain space to even consider.
You need a team.
Moving. Yeah, literally. Yeah. So at least in LA, we're hoping to stay there for, who knows how long, but once maybe, I don't know, we'll talk to the venue, we'll figure it out. Especially because they're starting to like, I don't know, they're like, we love you guys. It's been going good.
Yeah.
But in terms for me, I've been trying to play like All Hell Breaks Loose, Tyler. I think they're in Dallas right now doing like an anime convention, doing visuals and stuff. And then for me, I have a good relationship with the folks in Phoenix. They play at places like Thunderbird Lounge out in Phoenix. So I play there maybe like once every other season or so. I used to play the show in Seattle before, and I have buddies in New York. We'll see. I don't know. It's just shows come and go. It all depends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we started off the interview you did at least, by talking about how the genre has become what it has become throughout the years. Where do you see the genre going to from here? Because people are very innovative with what you guys are doing right now. With the new technologies, even with like AI being what it is right now, what it's becoming, what do you think is going to go down?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. At least the genre right now, I think, is bigger than most people realize. But it's interesting because it's not the genre is like, to your point, so fun and groovy. it's easy to sell anyone of like, you should check out this Future Funk show because it's going to be a fun time. And they go and they have a fun time. So like, even if they aren't like a Future Funk fan, they're like, oh, this is cool. Go check it out. So in terms of that, I think there is a lot of space for it to grow in the live scene. And then to your point about like the way it's produced and like AI and stuff, I think personally, I think there's going to hit a point where AI gets good enough to just generate samples, and then people are going to go ahead and do that. I don't think, personally at least, I don't think AI music will really blow up because right now it's novel. So like the Drake AI songs blew up just because it was made with AI.
Right.
But when everyone can do it, what's the story? You made it with AI like everyone else. Like people, I think the music itself is just as important as the story and the context around it.
Yeah,
So,
I always say when everybody has superpowers, nobody has superpowers.
yeah.
You know?
There you go. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. But very cool, dude. Well, we expect, at least I do, now that I've been turned on to what you've been up to, I expect to go check out your shows coming up here. I hope that a lot of our listeners do too. Now, before we close this out, please tell everybody where they can find you, websites, Instagram, whatever. Throw it out.
So honestly, best way to find me with all my links is groovykaiju.com. And then for Crystal Nostalgia, just crystalnostalgia.com. It'll take you to each respective link tree, and I have a link to everything on there. So it's easy to remember.
Very cool. And the link tree can take you to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. So check them out, man. If you are feeling even just a little bit groovy, even if you have just a small handful of shrooms, just, whatever puts you in that vibe, please go check out Aaron Turner's music here, Krista Nostalgia, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, thank you for being on the show. This was a slice of heaven.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Right on, brother. Thank you. All right. Well, that was a good conversation there with Aaron Turner, man. Real talented dude, real nice guy. I'm going to go check out that next show that he has over in Little Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. At the High Tide.
Yeah, man. And that's the show, man. That's come on back next week. We're going to be doing this bullshit all over again. I wanted to just point out a couple things with the Fallen Electric for everybody who was looking forward to seeing us over at Brewery X on the 3rd, man. That got canceled. Unfortunately, there was a unfortunate and tragic situation in our drummer's family, and we just couldn't play that day. But we're gonna hope to get that one rescheduled. Our next show is going to be coming up on June 10th over at Blarney Stone in Fountain Valley, California. We're going to be playing from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And the Fallen Electric, we're going to be over at the Canyon Inn in Yorba Linda, California on June 24th. That one's from 9:30 to 1:30 a.m. We're building a new set list, so if you haven't seen us, it's going to be exciting. If you've already seen us, it's likely going to be a whole new show. So it's going to be exciting to share what we've been working on for the last few months, and I'm excited. So come out and check us out, thefallenelectric.com or at thefallenelectric on your socials. But that's going to do it, man. That's going to do it for this one here.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to the Foo Bar Show. Pour one out. Punch a Nazi. And don't be a dick, huh? How about that? So are we good here, Steph?
We're good.
All right. Yeah. Thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you Foos who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with your fellow Foos. Remember to pick up some swag at FooBarShow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com, and follow FOO Bar Show on all of our socials, and we'll fill it up like a couple of Foos. I've been Josie.
And I'm Steph.
Signing off for Aaron Turner, saying, don't be a dick!
Fuck, man. Thank you, guys.